we will go through our presentation. We'll be focusing on our story, on our way of living, and then also a little bit combining not just living, but also working with this topic, because as we went through this path, like I said before, 3 or 4 years, it was mostly focusing on living, but then I somehow realized that these two things go really hand in hand. So if you are living more zero waste, more environmentally, let's say, friendly at home, then you have to also think about your work. What your work is like impacting the environment and so on. This was really a tough one it's really a tough one to manage, especially when you are young, when you finish school and you are full of ideas and everything, and sometimes the outside world can really depress you and put you like hard on the ground. And we're gonna just try to represent, so as I said, lifestyle and this part where the working is also involved.
That part about lifestyle that we share to others, we always try to make it in a way that everyone can imply it in their with a house or apartment.
We don't talk publicly a lot about showering. People cannot apply
and
it.
We never say that for better life people must live in tiny houses. Because it must be your decision, not just... I think the hiške and the lifestyle is a really strong idea in people. They really love it.
They resonate with it.
Yeah, but they would come like for holiday, to relax, to... I'm not sure how many of them would really live.
And enjoy living.
Also my parents, after in the spring we started living inside, and then the first winter I was at home and I was talking to some, explaining what I was doing, and they were like, what? You said you were in tiny house? And I was like, yeah. Aren't you having this tiny house only for summer, to be on your own? And I was like, no, we are really there. So they needed 1 year to really, okay, you are really living. Yeah, they didn't believe it.
But what about the future? For example, you would like to have a family, or so?
Our future is
maybe
like our
bigger house you're thinking about, or?
And that's the blueprint. Our future is mobile, like our tiny house. It's not fixed.
If we would think about it, then the house would not be here. If you think like that. So if the time will come, then we take new decisions, new steps.
And the tiny house becomes an office, a place for resting, or we can save, or we can sell it, we can rent it, we can add extensions, so many opportunities.
Something that you miss, or that you...
We wanted it, so we didn't sacrifice it. Everything we had to sacrifice. We choose consciously that this will go out of our life for the other things to come in.
If someone would put us now live here, that would be sacrificed. But because we made it on our own, we knew for all the steps that we made decisions and what are the responsibilities, consequences, and
so let's say the sacrifice would be the water. In some people might see it that way, but this is how hiške is, and we take it as a whole and we just go with it. Right? It's without water because it's mobile and it can't be fixed. And so it's all this situation. You cannot be like,
Yeah, but but what about, because you have to be there a lot to take care of the, I don't know, the place, and maybe you don't have so much time for your friends, or to go on trips or stuff like that you could do if you were living in a city, in an apartment.
So last year we went on a 1 month trip to Laos and Cambodia. We go around all the time, the jobs and everything. It's just self-establish a work or a business, and make that things you want to change in life to tell the people to be your business. At the start it's really shit money, right? But you can work out of it and just be conscious. With experience you can get better out of it if you're really want to put a lot of focus inside. But the second thing, I really think it's a good way for working on all levels. It's just a shorter work weeks in regular jobs. We are just thinking too much how we can get more jobs and everything, but we don't see the picture that there are going to be less and less jobs in future, but enough work for all of us, just to spread it equally with the people. And with the less time in work, if this means 2-4 hours less a week, that means in a company with 10 people, that means much more productivity. 100% with all the studies that were made, really in Sweden, a business or work around it. Maybe hard to understand, but now what our main focus is I mean, mainly I sell garden tools, and we make gardening workshops and events. And it fits perfectly because it leaves the creativity inside, and you're more passionate. People attract more with you and everything, and it ended up to be a much better combination. So if you like to yeah, and you, okay, this is my hobby, now I will make a business out of it, right? It's a hard business, but you can make a business around it somehow. I didn't figure out this, how to build around it, but it's more this way, that leave your hobby to be your hobby, because it's a hobby.
You can quickly lose it.
Yeah.
When it's job, when depending on your money, earnings.
So I'm in the eyes of others, I'm the tiny house guy and the gardener, but I'm not the gardener anymore. I'm more like a businessman of the gardening equipment and tools now. But I would do this, it's really funny, I would promote these garden tools if I would sell it or not, because they're so amazing, right? And if you can sell it, it's a good way. I have that experience, that I will not be like disappointed 20-30 years. And at least I tried and I saw that, okay, it's hard, it's not for me, and I have that experience, and let's move on. I think 3 minutes are over.
Yeah, 3 minutes are over.
Thank you for your attention.
Yeah. Thank you very much.